Hello friends! Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm here to film my August wrap-up for you. I didn't do a mid-month wrap-up because I kind of had a slumpy month. So here's the deal. I read 3 manga and a graphic novel really early on in the month. You can check out my August TBR plus mini wrap-up video. I will leave that linked for you to figure out what I read there. But I read 8 other things this month, and that's pretty good considering I started a business this month. So I am proud of what I read. I hope you guys are too. And let's just dig into what I read. The first thing we're going to talk about are the 2 that I don't physically have in my possession at the moment. So the first one is Beneath the Void by Eliza Dane. This book is book 2 in her Fighting Chance series, and I think the second book was even better than the first. I really enjoyed the first book, but this one just had this added element of this really addresses what you can go through after dealing with various forms of trauma. You know, it's trying to learn to cope with it on your own, denying help, all those kind of things that we all do. And keeping secrets from people when you shouldn't be. Like, it deals with so much. It's absolutely fantastic. I was so grateful that the author was able to send me a digital copy early. It released on the 9th of this month, and it was absolutely fantastic. I enjoyed every minute of reading it, and I hated when I had to put it down. So this definitely would have been a one-sitting book had I had the time. But this book is fantastic. I highly recommend it. I gave it 4.5 stars. The second book that is not in my possession is #GirlBoss. This book was a fantastic read for me as a business owner. This actually completes my nonfiction goal for the year. My goal was to read 6 books, and I have now read 6. This book really, she was just so real and raw about it. Like, it wasn't this perfect, I'm going to tell you how to have a successful business kind of book. It was more of a memoir. She kind of just went through and talked about how she got to where she was and little things that she thought helped her, more than this is how you're going to be successful kind of business book. And so it was really refreshing. I really enjoyed it. And it can be just empowering to any woman to read it, just because it is all about not only owning your business, but it's also about owning yourself. So it was a really enjoyable read, and I recommend it as well. I gave it 4 stars. So the next book that I read this month is the Doctor Who Time Lord fairy tales. April, Sarah, and I buddy read this. As you guys know, we buddy read at least 1 book every month. And it was really fun for both of us. We both ended up giving it about 4 stars. Some of the stories we really enjoyed and others not so much. So it's really fun if you like fairy tales or Doctor Who. I think you'll really enjoy this anthology, and it's a lot of fun. Next up, I caved and finally read The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. If you guys saw my try a chapter book tag, this was the winner. I really enjoyed the story. I enjoyed where it went. I am excited to continue on with this series. I ended up giving this first book 4 stars, and I'm pretty sure the books from here on out are only going to get continuously better with where things left off in here. Next up, I read Hunter by Mercedes Lackey. This is a YA novel from Mercedes Lackey, and this is the first in his series. I really thoroughly enjoyed this. This was another 4-star book for me. I felt like it was a really fun ride. I really like where it left off. I am excited to get my hands on the next book. I just checked this out from my local library, and I really enjoyed this read. If you're questionable at all about it, then I would say just check it out from your library, and this was fantastic. My tiny little library that could had it, so I know your bigger libraries will probably have it. Okay, and the last 3 on this list are all manga, so let's just dig right in. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the Collector's Edition Volume 1 of Fruits Basket. I adored this manga. It is a 5-star manga. I enjoyed every moment of this. It is cheesy, it's a little bit cliche, but I don't even care. I loved every second of reading this, and I already picked up the 2nd collection, and I plan on reading that soon. Next up is Let's Dance a Waltz Volume 2. I read Volume 1 earlier in the month, and then later in the month, I picked up Volume 2 and read it right away. I think this is a really cute contemporary manga that deals with dancing. It is just so fun. It's fun and whimsy. It's that nerd girl dressed up into somebody pretty for the ballroom dance competitions. I just love it. I think it's sweet and cute, and I love it. And last but not least is Forget Me Not Volume 3. As you guys know, I've slowly been reading this over the last couple months. My goal was just to get the first one read by the end of the summer, and here I am with the first 3 volumes of it read. And I'm thoroughly enjoying this manga series. It's got a little bit of mystery, but it's mostly contemporary. It's about this guy kind of backtracking his steps and kind of reliving moments in his life where he could have crossed paths with the woman who ended up saving his life. And it's really fun, really enjoyable. You see him being a moron sometimes, but it's really great. So I am excited to see where we go in the next volume. Okay guys, that is it for the month of August. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll check you out in my next one. Bye!